Hey people, so one of the most humbling things I've learned in recent times is the power of persistence. And I've learned this from conversations with people and stories I've read. It's one of the things I like doing when I'm not working on reports or reading some new book I found somewhere is to read stories, particularly founder stories, and a ton of other inspiring stories of people who have overcome challenges. I just think it's very beautiful. I also like to read things about my faith, and there are a ton of Bible stories that I read over and over again. And something that is synonymous in a lot of them is how people persisted until they got results. And there are a ton of examples like that. And I call this one of the humblest things that I've learned so far because I'm the kind of person that for a long time I was like, if I don't get this thing once, it means it's not for me because I'm like a one trial, get it right kind of person. But as you grow, especially if you're exploring new chapters of your life or trying out new things, you might need to try over and over again. And generally, like just in the world, having persistence, having resilience, having importunity in many cases are very, very important factors in getting some of the things that would really transform your life. So at this point in time, I am championing persistence, championing resilience, and I think they are very key things that help us, particularly to get into certain parts of the visions that God has put in our hearts. If not, you're just going to like stop somewhere when you encounter a blocker. And a very good example is going to pick from the most perfect example, Jesus. In the story where he was praying at Gethsemane, he prays once, prays twice, and prays thrice. Right? Our Lord Jesus prayed 3 times, praying the same prayer points. And then there's another story that I think that if it was omitted in the Bible, it would have made significant difference. But it was left there for a very important reason. Remember the man that Jesus led out of the city to go and pray on his eyes to heal? He laid hands on him and then he said, "Can you see?" And man's like, "Oh yeah, I can see." Men like threes. And then guess what? Jesus does not say, "Oh, I am Lord and I've touched this man and it is not working. Father, my father, what's going on?" Nope. He doesn't do that. He lays his hand on the man again. And the second time, he starts seeing perfectly. If every single person, like, there are a ton of stories which I'm not saying today, but if Jesus did something twice, why shouldn't you try again? Think about it.